Number 1 in the world, Joao Chianca from Brazil. Caio Ibelli, number 12 in the rankings. Matt McGillivray from South Africa. And this young man on screen, the wild card from San Clemente, replacing the injured Seth Moniz. And his name is Jett Schilling. And he's got a tough heat going up against number 1 in the world. Ibelli has a lot of experience out here. And McGillivray has also competed at the Surf Ranch before.
Yeah, they have. But so has Jett. He also throws a lot of water, a little bit lighter, so he can carry his speed really, really well. A
very fast surfer, that is for sure. Quick on his feet. Schilling up and riding on the right. Got his whole family, Malik and the entire crew down there in San Clemente watching from home as he's stalling for the first section with a barrel. A bit outside, doesn't necessarily get fully covered. He'll go to the lip line though. Decent attack here, Pete. Would be looking to go a bit more vertical at the end here.
I would agree, especially this end section. Really start to release those fins. Oh, and almost got caught behind, so he had to chase here.
Much better there with the variation though. This is brand new heat. First wave of the heat for Schilling. Lovely positioning there from Jett. And he'll come out cleanly. Looking for a big finish, goes for the rodeo. And close but no cigar. So impressions, Peter Mel, first wave of the event for him?
I love, again, the start was really nice. I feel like he did leave a little bit on the table.
And I think there's only been one goofy footer in the history of the Surf Ranch to pull a rodeo on the right, and that was Gabe. But as you said right here, a little behind, but then set up for the inside barrel well.
So there's 2 moments, right? The barrel on the outside that didn't get quite as deep. There was the chasing in the mid part of that wave, but good work here on the end section for the barrel, but just not getting that rodeo flip done. He wants to get the grab, gets it, but not the pop. You know, it just didn't get the pop to bring you back.
Working hard or hardly working is Felipe. Yes, here's Matt McGillivray now, the big South African. I have to say, one of the most underrated surfers on the championship tour, Peter. Has a great style, better on the rights than he is on the lefts, but made a lot of improvements to his surfing on the lefts here at the Surf Ranch.
You have to, right? It becomes one of your scores no matter what. So you got to improve if you've got a little area that you need to improve in. But I will say that I am a super fan of McGillivray. He has always impressed me from the very beginning of his first win in Israel. You know, when I saw his name, and then now on to the championship tour.
So a bit off rhythm there with that wave. Pulls in for the barrel, and he's going to get caught inside. So it's going to be a throwaway score from McGillivray on his opening rod on the left.
Thanks for being with us. We've got some great surfing ahead of us now. Great heat already getting started. Jett's got his waves. Matthew's got a wave. Now it's Caio Ibelli in motion. We'll also get to see Chianca in this one. How was that searing cut back? Right into the barrel. Ibelli disappears for a moment. Nice composure. Keep that line into daylight. Aggressive down carve. Back into the pit again. Little bonus section here. That one's going to get messy and take down Caio. As you see the reactions there. Tough to see Caio fall in that second section after such a great start to his opening ride of competition.
5th place is John. Gabriel Medina, they do so well here. This wave for Caio Ibelli, there were a couple of moments when I was like, oh no, he's going down. That was especially one of them when he got caught behind that white water, but then he really leans on that rail and does some amazing gouges in the face of the wave. Unfortunately, he got a little bit too greedy and he gets unstuck, but that right there was beautiful. And then he swoops it under the hood. So good transition from that maneuver into the barrel, but then, like I said, that wave got a little bit crumbly and he just didn't escape through the doggy door.
Representing San Clemente, Jett Schilling, 4.33 on his opener. And here comes the left. Smooth start. Already an attack move off the carves. Third turn stopped a little short. Now pacing down the line, moving towards the energy of this wave. Nice carve off the lip. There's a nice over the top. Ditches the fins to mix it up. Schilling finding the flow. And now there's the blowtail to mix it up. Solid reverse. So much risk in a maneuver like that on a wave that requires no mistakes. Bull section skips the pit for an alley-oop, and he ejects. And I didn't mind that he's changing gears. He's not thinking he has to get barreled. He knows he's got the ability in the air to throw down something big. Good news for Jett is he'll have another shot at the left in his second run here in the qualifying round.
Yeah, fun little transition through these few turns. It's fun to watch him change his pace too. He has kind of like that easy read through those first 3 turns. Then he really starts to pick up a bit of speed and starts to ditch the fins. So it's fun to watch Jett's transition through this ride. But it really is the moments where you start to hold your breath when you watch this guy, when he ditches those fins. But it's also that little added emphasis on this section right here, where you're like, okay, that's it. That's the progressive element we want to see. And just the fact that he had, you know, the foresight. He wanted to skip that barrel section so he could really utilize that last section. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite find the critical section that he needs to complete this alley-oop, but I'm just excited about this guy. I mean, just to see his transition from not making the cut last year to wearing yellow from Bells Beach, it's just insane. He's been so amazing, such a huge talent. Such a good addition to the tour.
It's such a great point, Rosie, on the call at this event. It's so different from CT events where you're actually talking about streaks, maybe mistakes, bad losses, and surfers can hear everything. As you look at Chianca moving quickly down the line, definitely one of the fastest surfers on tour. Pulls in, and look how dreamy this looks. Crystal clear water. It's called the Stoke Machine for good reason. Joao back out in front. There's that searing kind of wrap snap that he's got. Driving deeper off the bottom, nails the layback hack. Kind of on his heels, but he hits it off the lip. Scoops out. Chianca engulfed in the pit. He's got room for a nice little layback dagger to finish. Learning quickly, his first time here to the surf wrench. He got the shadow, maybe the best out here in Toledo in the practice sessions. It is challenging, but he's getting better every time he stands up.
Incredible. I mean, this is my first look at Joao at the surf ranch, and his read on this wave is impeccable. I mean, he disappears completely from view. Love the little bit of spice and variety that he was throwing on the rail turns. You know, this guy has it all. It's just he's such a well-rounded package. And just to see his prowess here at the basin, beautiful style through that barrel. I mean, this water is so translucent at the moment. You get so mesmerized by the way that the wave looks so perfect. But then it's the surfing that he does, the way that he dismantles that last turn, the way that you can see the fins there. He's on that knife edge of the board.
And Caio has some experience behind him as well. Look for him to find a nice pace early on his second wave of the morning. First left to complete his opening run. Always strong, always compact and powerful. Caio just enjoying the best part of his career and his best snap. He just let go of on this wall. Throws it for a dangerous situation. Caio gets caught behind. That's the hardest part about that left. You want to stay tight in the pocket. But unfortunately, Caio pays for it. He'll feel all the pressure onto his second run. Looking up everybody here on site. So many great fans. It truly feels like a stadium atmosphere. They're getting loud and getting behind Matthew McGillivray right now. The South African already starting off with a snap off the top. Nice connection again. Cool pace. Third move. And now thinking about the barrel. It's always interesting to break down how many maneuvers they get done before that first pit. Now back to turns. Drops out of the sky a little bit, so a little surprised on the bottom dropping out, but recovers well with a big sweeping cutback. Puts him deep and is going to slow him down. He will catch back up, but had to pay for that downtime. Greases the lip well. Nice pit for McGillivray. Here's the windup, forehand nose pick reverse. Maddie rides out.
That was pretty cool, Joe. That last little section of the wave is maybe what is going to salvage that ride for Maddie. He got hung behind there. There was that hot spot stopping moment when you're like, he's going to get caught. He's done.
Behind on that cutback. What'd you see here?
Yeah, just that beautiful power that Maddie has, but there, that pull under the hood, that's where the weight gets nice and clean. And then that right there, he's hanging on by his toenails, Joe. His body's almost fully extended, and we touched on it in the opening rounds. That air reverse is extremely tricky to do in this quick transition. He does so well to keep the board underneath his feet as he fully extends. Almost gets swept, the board almost gets swept away from him. He does so well to recover, and he almost gets a little bonus head dip as he pulls that one around. I think the judges are really going to pay close attention to just how technical, difficult, and risky that last maneuver was.
That might be my favorite finishing move. Joao Chianca, member, had the 6.77 on the opening right. Let's see how this 5.9.5 swallowtail looks on the left. Fourth maneuver, a little stab to get down the line. Moment to high line, now reset off the bottom. Trying to keep things just comfortable. Remember, we had Caio get caught behind on this section. So Joao finding the pace. And absolute belting that section. Bottom drops out, hangs on, stays nice and low, and Chianca getting a long barrel ride. Still has some room to shut it down. So a cool, comfortable approach. Legs are burning. But I loved how he did max out the tube time on the inside corner.
Great rides, solid rides from Joao. For me, the pace through this wave was really nice. Yeah, getting deep on this last barrel section, and then even this last turn, just a lot of emphasis of throwing those fins out, drifting that tail, kicking it under the hood. This is where he maximizes this tube. Let's see if his board disappears. I'm still seeing a little look at the nose of that board. That slow-mo replay, I mean, there's nowhere to hide when you're looking at it that slow. But then really cool to see that last drift of the fins. Complete rides from Joao.
Probably such a wild feeling for these athletes. Having 2 runs and already going, wait, that's it? No more chances. It can go by incredibly fast. Jett Schilling. Super smooth. Nice drive off the lip. He's got a little balance of maybe Rob Machado, Kalani Rob. He's got a great air game. Super cool and calculated in the pit as well. Seen him charge a pipeline already. Just skipping off the bottom to get out in front again. Attacking the lip once again. Jett goes up. Drills it. Maybe fit in another big hack now. The bottom drops out. Time to square up for the barrel. Jett timed that well. Bit of room in the pit. Here comes the finish. Throwing down a beautiful reverse. Well done for our wild card. Getting the call up last minute.
Someone like Jett, he's just got this youthful energy, but he's done a lot of work, a lot of training. He's obviously doing so well in the Challenger Series, but to really put yourself against the world's best, it's such an interesting and unique challenge, and what a great opportunity for him to really start to sharpen the blades for wanting to get on the championship tour. Like the way that he kind of hooked under this, and then he kind of decides that he's going to need a bit more speed when he comes out of this barrel to do this little reverse maneuver. Cool to watch him kind of ditch those fins, pick that nose in. That knee gets so low to the board and swings it around.
Good man, Pete. Britt Merrick, one of my heroes. Incredible human being. Amazing surfer, great shaper. And Matty McGillivray loving the boards from CI. Driving off the bottom. I love how much pressure he had on his back foot there. Little missed opportunity there, so he's got to regroup. And now he's really going to want to recover for it. Remember, Matty's counting a left already of a 3.67. And with that stumble, it's all going to come down to the back end of this ride. He's smoothing things out nice and well, but he's got to make this. Important tube for Matty McGillivray. And he's able to carve his way out of his second left of the morning. So a little disruption of flow when he had to adjust on that section. He did stay on his feet, and we'll see if he can make some improvements. His life on the championship tour, absolutely loving the Dream Tour, as we've got Caio Ibelli looking very focused and hungry for a big score here. Oh no, and he falls. Ibelli is now going to have to keep his 3.33 after going down on his second right. That's going to put all his pressure on the left, and you can see the frustration there. And with that crew that he spars with, they spar in a lot of different ways. Doesn't matter if it's surfing, ping pong, you name it. Jett's a contender. Wrap to start, belts it again. Great timing for Schilling. Throwing some water on the third move. Feel like a great start. Real well paced. He likes to throw a reverse sometimes halfway down. Little climb, there's the throw tail. Like it, mixing it up again. Total control of that back foot. Punches it out again. Jett Schilling's in motion. Now it's going to hollow out. Does he want the barrel? Looks like he just wants the lip. Here comes the punt. Alley-oop for Schilling. He gets it. Well done for the wild card.
The beautiful flowing wave on his forehand. That drift right there was just so impressive. The one before it, you're like, oh, that was cool. And then he just drifts the fins completely. Really cool to see him transition through those snaps, the way that he burns off his speed. He kind of identifies that he's got to race this section in order to get that alley-oop in. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite waves in this heat so far. Cool to see his feet completely disconnect from his equipment in the air. Pulls it off clean. To keep the power in the legs for that last maneuver is just so crucial.
So many surfers that have been here in the past for the previous CT events didn't really have to work out pole flags or identify where they were in the basin. He's had to do that all week. Still improving. Chianca looking to improve on a 6.77 here. Quick snap to start. Nice flow on the second effort. Third turn, little gouge. Switches gears to pull in early. Looks like almost a smaller section on this wave, but plenty of room for him to come out. Now he's setting up a nice solid snap off the top strider.
Oh, beautiful work. Yeah, looking a lot stronger, better flow on this wave than his last one. So definitely improving wave to wave. And now he's going to just take it apart on the inside. This is where the money goes down. Wow, that was a huge turn. Beautiful transition into the barrel. Deep tube ride coming out into the air. Oh, over the handlebars right there. Went for the grab. Beautiful execution. As he came out of it, though, the wave was a little too cupped out, and it took his board away.
Changing gears a little bit on this ride, Rosie.
Yeah, it's cool to see him start to kind of let go of some of the maneuvers and really find his pace and his rhythm in the basin. He got pretty deep on this little section and spent a lengthy time in the tube, kind of opting to stay under the hood a little longer. Love this little option from him. Watch that front arm go for the grab. So slob grab there from him. Unfortunately, incomplete. Looked like a little bit of an awkward fall. And like Strider says, you get pretty rinsed by this wave. I mean, it's got that ground swell technology. Definitely have a lot of...
Caio Ibelli needs to be solid. Needs a 7.4 at least to have a chance to surf tonight under the lights. So far, so good. He's got a steady flow. Drives in the pocket. Nice decision there. Remember, a 7.44 he needs would be the best score of this qualifying round so far. So he does have to find moments to explode here. Pushing hard on the back foot. Carves to snaps are his transitions so far. Not wasting any time. Time to get barreled, Caio. Stalls it out, stays low. He's kind of in a must-make situation. Caio getting tangled up on the foam ball. And we'll see if that affects him moving forward. Put himself in this position after a few falls, so his keeper on the right was just a 3.33, which made him need such a big score on this left, at least a 7.44. Chianca still has another wave, and so does this man, Matty McGillivray, so it's really about the battle for first. McGillivray needs a 7.23 here to switch gears on Chianca. Placing some great turns to start. Now tube time for the man from Jeffreys Bay. Slick turns out of the pit, back into a little bonus section. That's always that risky section right there, because you're going, do I pull in again? How much opportunity will you get? We broke down the wave this morning. You're kind of in that performance section.
When that wave kind of drifts away without you, he was doing so well on this wave too. Had a beautiful read with the power maneuvers, got super deep on this section, but then getting caught behind is just such a gut-wrenching feeling. You're like, no, how can this be? I want another go. I want to relive this moment. But surfing, we've spoken about. Yeah, it's such a fairy tale story, and so rightfully in the mix. I like the way that he threw his leash over his shoulder there just before he took off. He's kind of learning from Caio's mishap with the leash around his toe.
Great move there for Joao. Be interesting if he identifies a section to kind of change gears. I'm sure some spontaneity, something the judges haven't seen before, could work well for him on finals day.
Yeah, these waves take so much of your energy just to get an easy run and be able to kind of not have to overexert yourself. It's kind of a fun position to be in. He knows he's in the quarterfinals. This wave just for fun as he gets deep in this tube.
And does well there. That would have been explosive. Whole board was out the back. But world number one's looking incredibly solid. First time here, already into finals day. Doesn't happen to every competitor on tour.
It's really crucial to kind of pace yourself, and as you move through events, you've got to show something different. So you've got to level up every time you're making it through the rounds.
So fun to see that 5.9.5 in the works. So first 3 qualifying round heats complete this morning. Chianca going straight to finals day. Jett, Schilling, Matty McGillivray will be surfing tonight under the lights, and we lose Ibelli from stop number 6 of the season.